Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Ganana Antva Ghanapatigam Havamahe Kavin Kavinam Mupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrunvannodibisedasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajinevade Denama Vitrayavada Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahe Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhatra Kali Kapalini Durga Shama Shivadatri Swaha Swada Namostude. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam Lin, Sairam from Malaysia.
Sairam Sharma, Sairam from New Zealand. Thank you, Swami, for this wonderful opportunity to take our listeners to a divine lake. And welcome to all of our listeners. Our topic today is, and this are Swami's words, Lake Manasarovar is inside you. Many of you will have already visited or known or heard of Lake Manasarovar. This beautiful lake lies at the foot of the sacred Mount Kailash, which is the traditional home of Lord Shiva. A freshwater lake, it is one of the highest lakes in the world, crystal clear and sparkling. It is a freshwater lake, and it is separated by only one way to the Rakshastalka lake. Now, Lake Manasarovar is freshwater, and Rakshastalka lake is saltwater. Lake Manasarovar is shaped like the sun, and Lake Rakshastalka, which is nearby, is shaped like the moon. And both are said to be residences of Lord Shiva and many divine beings. Now, I have got many friends who have visited this lake. I have not visited it myself, but I love looking at pictures of it because indeed it is one of the most beautiful places on earth. It is not completely inaccessible, but it takes some work to get there from everything I understand. But once you are there, it is the most enchanting lake. Swans are on it, and you can walk all around the lake if you wish. Indeed, many people who have visited the lakes have seen mysterious lights around the lake, almost as though divine beings are visible there from time to time. The word Manasarovar, as Swami explains, comes from the Sanskrit, manas meaning mind, and Ravar meaning lake. So this is interesting. Lake, mind, lake. And indeed, around this lake are 5 great Buddhist temples and monasteries, and the lake is sacred not only to Hindus but to Buddhists and Jains. It is surely a most sacred place on this earth, and indeed it mirrors the divine Lake Mount Kailash, which is said even by NASA scientists to be the axis mundi, the world axis, the center of the world, the navel of the world. And not so long ago, scientists from NASA declared that the face of Lord Shiva can be seen on top of that mountain, which is so beautifully mirrored in the lake. Swami says that Lake Manasarovar is inside you. And he said, though God is present everywhere, at all times, and in all places, most people do not understand or experience this. How is it that he is understood and experienced by only a few, and not everyone, even though he is everywhere? Now, we can look around us and see something that is everywhere, for example, sunlight, and we can understand what sunlight is. We can all see rainbows. We understand what rainbows are. We understand what raindrops are, and thunder and lightning and moon, sun and stars. But how come we can't see God everywhere? Swami said purity of mind is extremely important. And unless one has developed purity of mind, which is the tool which one uses to perceive the world here and beyond, one cannot experience the presence of God. The MANASROVAR that lies within our own selves, which is our own mind, when it is steady and pure like that lake, that is when we are able to see the Lord and his reflection. The sport of divine beings is the location of that lake. The Shiva Shakti lingum, which is buried deep below that lake, was revealed to devotees by the wave of a divine hand. The Shiva Shakti lingam, created by Lord Shiva himself, is a fairly large lingam. It is an ice lingam, icy cold. It is deepest blue, with an oblong center of the most clear, exquisite light green color. It shimmers. And that lingam was buried beneath the lake itself, that is there constantly exuding divine vibrations, as it was created by Lord Shiva himself. It's the most exquisite lingam, icy cold. So Swami is saying that our mind is the lake within us, and if it is calm, it will reflect the glory of God. If it is agitated by emotions, by strong desires for worldly things, by upsets, by worldly events, which after all are changing constantly, you cannot let yourself get caught up by what is going on in the world, by the programs on the news, because it is changing constantly. It will be different tomorrow than it is today. So how can you be attached to it? How can you be attracted by it? It is like holding a butterfly in your hand. It's not going to stay there. It's going to fly away. And you can't hold on to it. It will change constantly. So why try to hold on to it? By focusing on the Lord, which is inside you, the Shiva Shakti lingam is inside you. Swami is Shiva Shakti. We know this. He said Shirdi Baba was the embodiment of Shiva. This Sathya Sai is the embodiment of Shiva Shakti. Prema Sai will be the embodiment of Shakti. What is the point of looking forward to Lord Prema Sai's advent when we still have the Sathya Sai with us? As a friend of mine once said, she is often asked, "What of Prema Sai, Auntie?" She said, "What Prema Sai? I am still finding out and enjoying the presence of the Sathya Sai, and I am not tired of him yet." This is how we should be, always thinking of our divine Lord. It will keep our mind steady and pure. With the purity of mind comes the ability to perceive the world here and beyond. Beyond. Think of this, being able to perceive not just this world, but the mysteries of the worlds beyond. Swami said there are 16 dimensions. He is active in all 16 simultaneously. If our mind is at peace and still, we can experience many other dimensions, not just the 3 that we are embodied in this everyday, passing, changeable, worldly world. Let us always keep our mind calm and pure, like the Lake Manasarovar, the lake of the mind. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Tasmat karunya bhavena rakcha rakcha Saishvara हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति।